Well, Kamala Harris is showing her sharpened teeth. Obviously, they've decided Harris, Obama, Clinton, Biden, all the grifters, all the hangers-on, all the hemorrhoids. Those are human hemorrhoids. All the hemorrhoids. She can't win on substance. She can't win on personality. She can't win on policy. Attack, attack, attack. And so it started. She's at the Washington Crossing in Pennsylvania, which to me is an iconic place. Washington Crossing. I spent a lot of my childhood there, as did my brothers, as did those of us who attended my parents' day camp. We used to hike there. And that is where Washington's Crossing, that's where they began their trek in the freezing December, crossing the Delaware at the Battle of Trenton, which would be the first successful battle in the Revolutionary War. And Kamala Harris goes there with never Trumpers. She goes there with the lowest of the low. And what does she do when she's there? I've got clip after clip that Mr. Producer got. Trump is unstable and unhinged, she announced. Trump considers any American who doesn't support him the enemy, she announces. The Constitution determines if we can criticize the president without being targeted by the military, she announces. And so there they are. Fear-mongering and scared tactics, because the fact of the matter is, this is where the Democrats live. This is who they are. And they're going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars in the last 20 days of this election trying to scare the hell out of the American people. For instance, cut one, Mr. Producer, go.
Donald Trump is increasingly unstable and unhinged.
Clapping seals.
And he is seeking unchecked power. Consider what his closest advisors have said. His national security advisor, 2 defense secretaries, his former chief of staff, his own vice president, all have warned America Donald Trump is unfit to serve.
Really? And what
Donald
about the
Trump-
okay? And what about the 92% of your staff that quit? What does your chief of staff say? They're too scared to come forward. I wonder why. What did your former communications director have to say? And so forth and so on. The truth is that Donald Trump had lousy defense secretaries. His national security advisor, John Bolton, who regularly encouraged me to encourage Donald Trump to hire him, turned on Donald Trump. I don't even talk to the guy anymore. And Mike Pence has to answer for himself. Mike Pence has to answer for himself, and one day he will, because I know he wants to run for president again, but he will fail. Because in a choice between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, it's a simple choice. For those of us who love this country, love Israel, love our principles, love our freedom. It's not complicated. But this is what she does, a Washington Crossing. She doesn't have an agenda, not a serious one. She doesn't have a substantive set of policies that can pass that make any sense. She's a chameleon. She has to be a chameleon in order to hide her radical left-wing beliefs and policies. Cut 2, Mr. Producer, go.
And now, Donald Trump is telling us how he intends to use power if he is elected again. He has stated that one of the biggest threats America faces is, quote, the enemy from within.
The enemy from within. A phrase that was made famous in the 1830s by Abraham Lincoln. But she's too stupid to know, and her speechwriters are too stupid to know. The enemy from within. We have enemies within. Thanks to the open borders, thanks to Harris and Biden. We also have Marxists and Islamists. They march down the street. They burn the American flag. They tell us what they want to do to our country. They want to destroy what they call the empire. We do have enemies who are within. And if you have somebody who wants to fundamentally transform America, which seems to be the rallying cry of the Democrat Party, I don't exactly call them allies of America, do you? But she goes on. Go ahead.
The enemy from within.
Now, keep something in mind. She's trying to cast Donald Trump as the enemy from within, isn't she, Mr. Producer? He's unstable. He's unhinged. He's going to use the military. He's going to round us up. He's going to throw us in prison. He may even execute some of us. They call him Hitler. They call him all kinds of names. 2 assassination attempts. Maybe more for all we know. They dehumanize him. She's still dehumanizing him. She's using the same mantra. She's using the same propaganda. She's using the same hot-button issues that gets all these nuts out there excited. All these nuts out there excited. We got to take him out. He's unstable. He's unhinged. He doesn't believe in America. He doesn't believe in the Constitution. He's going to round us up. Somebody do something, right? There's Kamala Harris after 2 assassination attempts against Donald Trump. That we know of. There may be more. She goes right back to the hysterical language. She goes right back to it to further inflame. To further inflame people that might do Donald Trump harm. That's right. I speak the truth. Because she wants some votes. Because that's all she ever wants. Except when she doesn't. Like she got the nomination without a single vote. Go ahead.
That language harkens back to. Understand.
Harkens back to Abraham Lincoln, you idiot. It harkens back to Thomas Jefferson, who said something very similar. It harkens back to Associate Justice Joseph Story, one of the great legal minds who wrote about it. It harkens back to Ronald Reagan, all of whom said if this country falls, it'll be because of the enemy from within or because of what happens from within the country, not outside the country. That's exactly what Donald Trump's talking about. She's such an ignoramus. She's so illiterate when it comes to everything. History, literature, English, economics, that she and her grifters put together this argument. That he's unstable, he's unhinged, he's going to round people up, he's this, he's that. The enemy within, oh my God. Was the Ku Klux Klan the enemy from within? Yes. Were slaveholders the enemy from within? Yes. Were segregation the enemy from within? Yes. Are the anti-Semites the enemy from within? Yes. And I can do a whole list of enemy from within. Go ahead.
Clear about what he is saying. He considers any American who doesn't support him or bend to his will.
No, he never said that. And that's not what he believes. And you're a liar. And God forbid if this kind of sickening propaganda that totalitarians use, that tyrants use, that fascists and Marxists use, that autocrats of every kind use, God forbid if this enables you to slide into office because you're using the most grotesque abuse of the English language and the abuse of the political system and the abuse of the American people. You don't care. And remember her sitting on that Senate's Judiciary Committee, how she treated Brett Kavanaugh, how she lied through her teeth. And remember, when the head of ICE was sitting there as a witness and she compared them to the Ku Klux Klan, it's the same lady. Remember this. Remember who she is. She will steep to any level, for power, for attention, and to be president of the United States. She's the one who is enormously dangerous. And remember also, it is she and Biden who attack our First Amendment rights, free speech. It is she and Biden who attack our Second Amendment rights, the right to bear arms. It is she and Biden who attack the Fourth and Fifth Amendment, due process. Due process. Equal protection. It's she and Biden who defy a Supreme Court that says, no, you can't hand out student loan money like this, but they do it anyway. It's she and Biden who want to destroy the independence of the Supreme Court, and they attack the justices. It's she and Biden and her running mate who want to destroy the Electoral College. It's she and Biden who reject separation of powers. It's she and Biden who want to stuff the judiciary like a Politburo to get the answers that only they want, not judges as referees. It's she and Biden who've attacked our history, who've attacked our founders. There she is. How dare she stand at Washington Crossing? How dare she stand on the hallowed ground where George Washington stood, where her supporters hate Washington, dismiss him as a slave owner? How dare she stand on that hallowed ground and act like she's the one defending this country, defending our independence, when she sides with the very people who trash this country, trash its founding, who reject the Declaration of Independence and reject the Constitution as well? How dare she stand there and pretend that she's a great patriot, that she defends Americanism, when it is she who is the Marxist Islamist?